Moto Guzzi launched its updated cruiser, the California 1400. Most of the motorcycle community agreed the Italians were firmly back on track. After riding the California, felt it offered a primal motorcycle experience in an incredible emotive way. But were they all just enamored by a legendary historic name and alluring Italian design and ignoring some fundamentals that must make an average motorcycle a good motorcycle? As the Italians would say, is the new Moto Guzzi California just a case of tutto fumo e niente rosto? Or in other words, all smoke and no fire? Moto Guzzi California 1400 Custom. We felt it was worth revisiting the bike and taking a look at the more expensive touring version. Major differences include 10mm less travel on the touring than the Custom's suspension, but both bikes use 46mm telescopic forks and dual shocks with adjustable preload damping on the rear. The touring gains some extra weight with elegantly styled hard bags that each have 1.2 cu-feet of storage, a non-detachable windshield, chrome driving lights, an engine guard, a more comfortable passenger seat and revised, higher handlebars that brings everything closer to the rider. Throw in a chrome passenger rear grab rail, which would look more at home on the deck of an Italian Riva speedboat than on a motorcycle, and voila, you have a Moto Guzzi California 1400 Touring. Aside from all the added accessories, the Touring is technically the same motorcycle as the Custom we tested. It's just heavier with all the added kit. After years in the doldrums, Moto Guzzi is hoping the California 1400 will spearhead the company's resurgence back into the heavy cruiser market and reignite the name of one of motorcycling's oldest brands. It's all part of a much bigger plan too by the Piaggio Group, which bought the company and its Mandello del Lario factory, in Como, Italy in 2004 and since then has injected more than $54 million to bring the Moto Guzzi brand and its motorcycles back to the global market and not be just confined to Europe, and the California is just the beginning of a series of new bikes we can expect to see. When news came of the Moto Guzzi California, the motorcycle world held its breath, hoping that dubious build quality, idiosyncratic engineering, you couldn't quite get your toe quite under the gear lever of the previous California, and a mismatch of parts had all been consigned to Moto Guzzi's past. Maybe it was worth the wait, as from the outset when the California 1400 was shown last year at the Milan Motorcycle Show, it was clear this was different from anything we had seen before from the Italians. The only nod to the past is the California name that's adorned various Moto Guzzi bikes for the last 42 years. The current California models are available only in either white or black with reverse accents on the tanks, which the company says is reminiscent of the 1968 V7 and 1970s 850 models that the California Highway Patrol once rode. The white is a bit too sparkly for our taste, so if you're considering a California 1400 Touring, go for the more discreet black version. Otherwise, in white, with a screen and hard bags, people will forever think you're a cop. Moto Guzzi claims the California is an all-new bike. Sure, there's a new frame, but its venerable transverse engine is still there, mounted in the distinctive Moto Guzzi style so that the cylinders look like they are jutting out of the fuel tank. The brushed aluminum finned heads may help with cooling the 1,380 cubic centimeters engine, but in reality they are more for looks, as the real cylinder heads lie directly beneath them. The engine is based on Moto Guzzi's 1,151 cubic centimeters air-oil-cooled V-twin that has served its time in a number of the Italian marque's motorcycles, but there are now larger pistons, making this motor the biggest that the company has ever produced. Yet there's only a modest shift in torque from the original engine, up from 80 to 88 pounds-per-feet and a claimed 95 horsepower at 6,500 RPM. In the past, the motor on a Moto Guzzi was always the stressed member in the frame. That idea has been dropped for the California 1400, so the frame has become heavier as a result, and the motor is now rubber mounted to help isolate the inevitable vibrations that come with the increased capacity. The really good news is that, whilst the California may have all that Italian style, it also has a proper brain. Drawing upon the resources within the Piaggio Group, that includes Piaggio and Vespa scooters and Gilera and Aprilia motorcycles, the engineers have used the electronics from the SBK Championship-winning Aprilia RSV4 to create in the California a cruiser with genuine sporting overtone. Consequently, there's ride-by-wire throttle and switchable riding modes, Turismo, Veloce and Pioggia, Touring, Sports and Rain. Pioggia effectively reduces the engine's power by 25%.